Hello, everybody, and welcome back to 31 Days of Halloween on the Calvin Cam Podcast, the podcast where we talk about everything spooky and chilling. I'm Calvin.
And I'm Anthony. And today we have 28 Days Later, so let's get into it.
Okay, everybody, we are back again. We are on day 28.
Day 28.
Yeah, 28. So I bet you could guess what movie we're going to do. But before we get into what movie we are going to do, I'd just like to remind everybody, please like and subscribe to support the channel. You know, we really, really appreciate it, as well as follow us on all of our audio streaming platforms and our social media platforms like Instagram and Twitter. So go over there, check those out. But let's get into today's episode. Day 28, obviously, is 28 days later.
28 Days Later.
So 28 Days Later is probably my favorite zombie movie. I think it's the best zombie movie. I don't know if it's necessarily my favorite. It's definitely up there on par with my favorite. But I absolutely love this movie. I think it's wonderful. I think that it's pretty perfect, a pretty solidly perfect film. So,
You know who doesn't like this movie?
who?
Greg Nicotero.
What?
He doesn't like. He fucking hates fast zombies.
Oh, well,
If you want to know where he says that, he says it in a documentary film called Dock of the Dead.
Okay.
So watch that one.
Yeah.
Anyways,
That's funny. No, yeah. It's one of the scariest versions of zombies, honestly, in perspective. Usually zombies, are associated with slow ghouls from the dead, who just, aimlessly, brains, whatever, whatnot. These ones, I would never want to be caught dead. Like,
no, they're fast zombies.
These are scary. So, I think that it's really, really awesome movie. I think my favorite zombie movie, honestly, is Train to Busan. I think that's just amazing. So, but anyway, 28 Days Later, really great movie. Give us a description.
Here is a brief description of 28 Days Later. 28 Days Later is a 2002 British post-apocalyptic horror film directed by Danny Boyle and written by Alex Garland. It stars Cillian Murphy. Cillian Murphy is great. He's in Peaky Blinders.
Oppenheimer.
He's in the new Oppenheimer. As a bicycle courier who wakes up from a coma who discovers an accidental release of a high contagious, aggressive, inducive virus has caused the breakdown of society. This movie also stars Naomi Harris, Christopher Eccleston, we're bad with names,
Yes.
Megan Burns, and Brendan Gleeson is supporting roles. Brendan Gleeson's in Lake Placid. We
Yes.
did that episode. It was our third episode.
Yes, it was. This is a very basic plot, but told in a very deep, emotional way, which I really like. And I feel like The Walking Dead had to have taken inspiration from this. Like, I don't know if the Walking Dead comic came out prior to this movie, but the whole him waking up out of a coma, stumbling into the world in the UK, right? And he's just like walking around the street.
I think it's in England.
Yeah. And he's just like walking around the street, kind of like, what's going on? Like looking for, there's, nobody's around, whatnot. And there's just empty cars and just trash everywhere and stuff. And then his first encounter with a zombie is in the church
With the priest.
The priest. Yeah. He's like, "What's up, Father?" He
says, "Father, are you okay, Father?" And then he hits the father, and he goes, "Oh, I shouldn't have done that."
Yeah.
And then he realizes that he's not the father; he's an actual undead, or he's a zombie. He's not human. So,
I really another thing I really like about this movie is the way that it opens with the chimps in the lab. I think that's really creative, just in the sense of sometimes animal activists are a little extreme, and they, obviously people broke into the lab to free these monkeys, but the scientist obviously was like, they're infected. Like, you can't free them. Like, you don't understand. Like,
and the scientist tried to warn them. He's like, "Don't open the cages. They're highly contagious."
They're highly contagious. And then the girl opens it, and it just like immediately attacks her and eats her face. So
Yeah, it spits on her, and she instantly turns, and you can see the eyes, and there's a really good shot of like the rage-filled eyes.
yeah,
And I thought this was an amazing opening to this movie because it really fleshes out this kind of like the story really early. Like, okay, this is what this movie is leading into. So
Yeah.
you basically know what's going on from the start, in a way.
yeah. Oh yeah, go ahead.
Okay, sorry.
You're fine.
I was trying to compliment you, Calvin.
Oh, thank you.
So I wanted to comment on the cinematography in this movie. I thought the cinematography in this movie was excellent. Like the whole desolate England, like the shots of it, like when he's walking on the bridge, when he's walking towards Big Ben and it shows him in the middle of the street where that car is in the middle of the street, has that nice shot.
Yeah.
The shot when Brendan Gleeson's like, he's angry in a fit of rage because no one's there at the rendezvous point or the little shelter or whatever, and he kicks that thing in the crow, and then there's that nice shot of the blood coming down and hitting his eye, and that's how he becomes infected.
Yeah.
There's really good shots of when they jump in the tunnel where they jump the car over a ramp, and they pop the tire, and then there's this good ambience of like the shot where you see all the zombies and the rats are coming down and like, oh no, the zombies are coming. And it's just really, really subtle. That shot is really good. Even the shot when they're driving, it shows like a background shot of like a zombie dead in the street as they drive by. Like there's a really good still shots in this movie that really make it really good.
And the setting, it goes to complement the setting and the atmosphere of the movie too. Like, there is a sense of hopelessness that pretty much carries throughout the movie, and definitely carries on the shoulders of our protagonists as they, are trying to find a safe like place to live, pretty much. So
yeah.
And you get that sense of dread that really, is instilled throughout the film, and it's just really well done. Like cinematography, directing, and the acting is just like with the atmosphere of the set and everything, just really beautifully melded together and really beautifully told. So
I really like the love and romance with Cillian Murphy and Naomi Harris, which plays Selena.
Yeah.
She feels like she's dark and cold, but then she kind of warms up to Cillian Murphy. She's like, hey, it's not always evil in this world, even though the world may be,
Yeah.
over it at a certain point, but don't lose hope in humanity and don't lose hope in like love and stuff like that. And I think she finds that out.
And that's a really good message that I feel like a lot of movies, like at least in recent times, stem away from. So I really like that I got to re-experience a story like that with the love story.
Yeah, and then and that kind of opened it up with them meeting Hannah and Frank, and then they want to, she kind of feels like, oh, they need us before we need them, and that's when she kind of realized that we need each other, like in this world right now that we're living in. Like this world is it's divided, and this is just a way for us to cope, and and I also thought like the end sequence with the crazy soldiers just going rogue and wanting women to procreate, and they had their whole idealism of how they wanted to procreate and like start over, and Cillian Murphy was just not buying that.
It's so messed up.
And just how Cillian Murphy, how he performs the role, like, at the end.
He's a brilliant actor.
Yeah, he's really good.
Yeah, I'm glad that he's getting like more and more recognition now, because he very much well deserves it. So
yeah, that whole sequence where Jim just kills all the soldiers, and he just he analyzes, he goes, okay, these are the tactics I need to do to survive, and he does that in the end sequence, just to save Selena and Hannah from these mindless soldiers. All they want is their own idealism to go through.
Yeah, and they're successful.
Yeah.
It actually ends well.
Yeah, it ends well with a jet. They look like they find civilization, or civilization finds them. There's a good shot of like the jet going by, you see the zombies that actually they're slowly dying too,
Yeah.
which is really cool.
But we know that eventually 28 weeks later happens.
Yeah, that's the sequel to this movie,
Yes.
and that's a really good movie to check out too.
Yeah. I have not seen that one yet. So
You
yes.
should definitely check it out because it has Jeremy Renner in it.
Oh, really?
Yeah, he's in it.
Nice.
He's one of them. Emily Beecham, I think I named her name is Emily Beecham. She was the widow in Into the Badlands.
Okay. Yeah, got
she
you.
plays in that movie as well, and I can't remember. I think Robert Carlyle's in it too. He's kind of
Damn.
from
Good cast.
Yeah, those are the ones I remember. He's from what's that movie with Ian McGregor? I can't remember. Train Spotting. Yeah.
Got you.
Yeah, he's in that movie. He's Bigby or Bigsby or whatever the heck his name
Oh,
is.
he's Bigsby. Okay,
Yeah,
okay.
he's
I got you.
Bigby or something. I think his name's Bigby or something. He's the crazy one.
Yeah.
Anyways, what would you rate this movie?
Let's see. I'm gonna rate this movie a 4.5 out of 5. I think this movie is incredible, and like I said, it's up there with being. I mean, for me, it's rivaling my favorite zombie movie of all time. I just think that this movie is such an incredible story, beautifully shot. The decisions that are made in the story, great pacing, very engaging, and very much it has all of these emotions in it that make you, the viewer, like feel it. Really, really captivates you. So like, I really enjoyed watching this movie, especially as a fan of zombie movies in general. And I think I love the music too. I think the music's good throughout this whole thing and adds to the suspense of the entire story. And Cillian Murphy is just incredible. Like I said, like this is easily one of his best roles. So I think pretty much everything he does is like incredible. So
Yeah, I still need to watch Oppenheimer, and I still need to watch Pinky Blinders because everyone rants and raves.
I
about
haven't seen
Blinders.
Pinky Blinders either, and I really wanna watch that too.
Well, it has one of your favorite actors in it.
Yeah, Sam Neill. So yeah, I want to watch it really bad.
So yeah, I would give this movie a 4. I'm gonna go through it real quick and break it down. Acting, story, awesome. And the cinematography, when it hits home, the score builds suspense in certain scenes. This movie is a solid 4 for me. So that's what I give it.
Nice. All right. That leads us into fun facts. I got some fun facts for you.
Bust out the fun facts.
Okay, so the film was shot almost entirely in sequence. Only pickups and a few reshoots were shot out of sequence.
That's cool.
So awesome filming, especially if you know what it takes to make movies and stuff. Like shooting in sequence, that's really awesome. It's really impressive.
Especially with all the shots they pulled off in that movie.
Yeah, a lot. The scene where Jim and Selena celebrate with Frank and Hannah was shot on September 11th, 2001. Danny Boyle said it felt extremely strange to shoot a celebratory scene on that particular day. So
yeah, we get it.
Yeah, that's rough. One of the first mainstream films to be shot entirely digitally, as opposed to with film. So during the stage of transition into digital film versus actual film, horror novelist Stephen King bought out an entire showing of the film in New York City.
Damn, Stephen King was really like this movie.
Like,
then.
I gotta. Ewan McGregor was the original choice to play Jim, but he and director Danny Boyle had a falling out at the time over the Beach 2000, in which McGregor was supposed to play the lead until he was replaced by Leonardo DiCaprio. They have since reconciled, but after that didn't work out, the role was offered to Ryan Gosling, who had a scheduling conflict.
Yeah, The Beach is a good movie. Have you seen The Beach before?
I've never seen The Beach, but I've seen
The Beach is a great movie.
the poster for it or cover for it.
Robert Carlyle is also in that movie. So Danny Boyle must like Robert Carlyle.
Yeah. Let's see. For the London scenes, police would close the roads at 4 a.m. and filming would begin immediately. After 1 hour, the police would reopen the roads. The producers correctly predicted that asking drivers, including clubbers headed home, to either wait for up to an hour or find another route might make some of them angry. They got several extremely attractive young women, including Danny Boyle's daughter, to make the necessary requests, and the drivers responded quite amicably to them.
Wow.
Detour.
Yeah.
Cillian Murphy's nude scenes were done on a closed set at Murphy's insistence. So
That's cool.
the extras who played the dead bodies in the church were college students who volunteered to appear in the film.
That's really cool.
The shot with Jim, where Jim sees the dead mother holding onto her dead baby, is based on a photograph Danny Boyle saw of a mass of Kurd bodies after that they had been gassed. That's sad.
Yeah.
Let's see. The symbol used for the film is the international symbol for bloodborne biohazard.
Ooh, cool.
Stephen King is a huge fan of this movie and paraphrases one of Selina's lines in his novel, Dr. Sleep. He needs us more than we need him.
Yeah, like I said. And he bought out a whole showing, so obviously he was a fan.
I love Stephen King.
Yeah, another one by Stephen King.
I was just thinking. No, I was just thinking about it. I love him. He's so great. I think it would be incredibly awesome to watch a horror movie with Stephen King. So,
yeah, that's why you need to watch Maximum Overdrive. I mean, it was his first bedabble in it, even though it bombed, but he tried.
Let's do two more. The tunnel sequence took 2 days to film. That's pretty good. That's quick. Well, because that sequence doesn't look easy.
No, it has some of, like I said, it has some of the good shots though.
And let's see, included among the 1001 movies you must see before you die, edited by Steven Schneider.
That's cool.
That's awesome. All right, so that's it for the fun facts. Thank you all so much for watching this episode. We really appreciate you watching. Don't forget to like and subscribe, and we'll catch you tomorrow on day 29.
Yep. Thanks a lot for watching. We'll see you on day 29.
Thank you all so much for watching the Calvin Cam podcast. You can find us on any social media platforms like Instagram or Twitter. Go check our podcast out on Spotify, Apple Podcasts, Google Podcasts, or Amazon Music. We also have YouTube channel, the Calvin Cam. Go over there, hit that like and subscribe button, and follow us there, as well as you can now really support us on patreon.com. It's probably the best place to support us. So you can go there, join one of our 3 tiers, and help us get bigger and better, and we will appreciate you every step of the way. Thank you all so much for watching. Have a good night.